Hello, everyone. Greetings. Welcome wherever you're from, light workers, star seeds, miracle makers, awakened humans. I'm Joan of Angels, and I am so happy to see you tonight. I'm known as the Oracle of Ancient Wisdom for some of the work that I bring forward in helping you remember who you are and why you're here and how to navigate through this crazy planet that we are living in and through these crazy times that we're here. So today we're going to talk about how to actually delete negative programming, delete negative vibrations, delete negative thinking, delete anything that actually has that power to lower your frequency. And we get to the why. Why do we want to do that? We want to do that because in order to create the new reality that you're seeking, you actually need to let go of the current reality you might be living in. And that breaks down to the fact that this 3D reality, and we call it the third dimensional consciousness, is only what you can see, what you can hear, what you can feel, so it's 3 dimensions. And yet we're seeking to be 5th dimensional and above beings in this 3D world. And the best way to do that is to create and see the world that you want to see. And we create and we do that by deleting the negative programming that we are done with. Why do you want to be done with it, my guys, my friends? Because if you persist in carrying all that negative thinking with you wherever you go, you're going to slow yourself down. You're going to get in your own way. You're going to trip. You're going to be so heavy that you are not going to be able to float your bubble. Thus, letting go of your negative programming, alt delete, what do they call it? Alt cut and delete, and then replace it with the new programming of what you want to see. And that is how we step into that higher 5th dimensional frequency and beyond. So that's all that we're going to cover tonight. I'm so happy to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Laura, good to see you. So let me know, guys, where you're from. And also, in addition, not only where you're from, but what is your vibrational frequency tonight? I've been trying to tap into the energy field all around me, and it feels kind of dense. It feels like people are struggling and they don't quite know why. People are feeling a little frustrated that not being able to see the forest because of all those trees in the way. So maybe having something over your eyes and having those veils removed. Last week we talked about how to remove the veils so you can connect to the guides. And today we're going to talk about how to actually delete all that negative programming. So who here would like to do that with us tonight? Raise your hands. All right. Well, Kathy, hello, Kathy Miller. Very good to see you, sweetheart, from San Diego. So what kind of vibrational frequency are you feeling? Laura, when you say you're feeling dense, what does that mean? Kind of heavier. Because this weekend I flew around. I flew from Burbank, California, up to Santa Rosa, California to visit my son. And it was like we couldn't even leave the house for very long. Now, I know it was cold, and Doc, I do not do well in cold, but nevertheless, we actually barely left the house. That's never happened before, except to go see the new Avatar movie. But I felt a heaviness in the air, not just in breathing, but a heaviness all around. So I'm curious to know what you have to say. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being you are turned on and on fire, and 0 and 1 being you might as well be asleep, where are you tonight on a scale of 1 to 10? So let's look at that so we can see how we actually do shift our vibrational frequencies tonight. And as let's see how that actually works for everyone. Whew. All right. So let's take a deep breath in, share it out with your friends so we can grow our tribe and raise that vibration. All right. We have Christian at a 7, maybe an 8, better than last week. Well, yeah, Christian, I hadn't been online for a couple of weeks, so I can understand that. All right. So any questions before we begin or any comments before we begin? All right, we have a 5. We have a heavy releasing of emotions. We have people waking up more people waking up to what I like to say is the truth. Now, truth is all relative, but I think more people waking up to the fact that all is not what it seems on planet Earth. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing that people are waking up so they can start to use that muscle that I call discernment, that discernment muscle, which we're actually taught not to use in our country or in our world. We're really taught not to use that discernment muscle. Why? Because they don't really want you questioning. They would prefer that you do what everyone else does. I think I was telling my son today, and also, my son before I left, that, we were talking about the fact that when I was a little girl, I went into the Book of Knowledge and the Britannica, always asking questions like, why is the sky blue? Why is the sky blue? And I remember, because I've said this on here before, that my dad used to tell me that if 99% of the people believe that the sky is red, but I had absolute proof that the sky was blue, but 99% of the world thought the sky was red, then he said the sky was red. What do you guys think about that? Any comments about that? Because to me, I found that really offensive, and I went on a lifelong mission of determining what is actual truth. And how do we discern truth? And how do we discern if someone else is telling the truth? Or how do we discern, if they're lying and if they're not? Or what if we're the only ones who could tell that they're not telling the truth? How do we cope with that? So this art of discernment is so important, because if you want to create your own reality and using your own consciousness and what you're hearing, and you want to step out of the reality that they're promoting here, that 3D reality, then you actually have to have that gift of discernment. You actually have to learn how to cut, alt, delete the negative programming so you can see it clearly, and then you can put in the positive program. And so we are like computers, my friends. We do have in our DNA codes a way that we can cut, so on your computer, it could be Command X, Command C for copy, Command V for insert. So Command X cuts it out, Command C copies it, Command V inserts new code. So it's not easy to do it, Laura, but it can be done. So the first thing you need to do is sit back and be able to see it and go, what repetitive patterns do I constantly repeat over and over and over again that I'm ready to let go of? So in my case, change is difficult. I know change is difficult, and yet I'm in a life that's constantly changing every single day. So for me, I'm having to change my concept and go, change is good, change is easy. Oh, I'm good with change. Or I'm good with uncertainty, or I'm good with releasing my emotions. One thing I'm not good with is hiding or being in a low frequency state, or believing things just because everyone else believes them. Believe things because you know them to be true or not true. Enough said. Oh yeah, because I've had I had a video taken down from YouTube last week. They said it violated community standards, and it was my one with Charlie Ward. So that upset me tremendously. I kind of knew it would happen, but it still upset me. All right, good. Let's get started. I want us all to breathe together. And I actually want to know how everyone is. I see an 8, a 5, a 6. Deb, let's see where you are. Tina Marie, where are you? Anyone else? You know, the more you comment, guys, Kathy, the more you're in the game, meaning the more I see you, the more my guides respond to you in everything that we do. All right, calling in the light, Mother, Father, God, we just are so grateful for the presence, for the opportunity to be together. We are so grateful for the opportunity to step into these higher frequencies of being, to actually learn to differentiate and step away from the matrix, from the control, to understand our unique human individuality and what works for us, knowing that what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa, but learning and being committed to finding out what makes you tick, what turns you on, what allows you to live your best life. When we run these negative programs that we don't even know we're running, it's like we're wrapping ourselves up in knots. We can't move forward. We can't move back. Part of being in the matrix is when you're actually surrounded by what feels like chains and other people's negative emotions. But these chains actually are like heavy metal. I've since discovered that it's the metal bismuth, but it actually is around your body, both in the 3D frequency energy and in the 5th dimension. So you can see it from a higher level if you have the eyes to see. That matrix black metal is also an energetic metal, but it's also part of the control frequency of the matrix. So, Mother, Father, God, we're just so grateful to be able to receive wisdom and clarity on our next steps, on how we can begin to let go of that which no longer serves, and at the same time, step into our mission, step into that which we are really here to do, and step into it with confidence, with grace, with ease, with a sense of certainty, knowing that we're going to be able to maneuver through these times, knowing that we're going to be able to maneuver through the uncertainty that is there, because we know that as we use our thoughts to create the world we want to see, then that world is the one we will see. We actually awaken that consciousness field. It becomes attenuated to what we're thinking about, and it actually creates that as a form. So if we go around, we're constantly going, I'm miserable, I'm miserable, I'm miserable. That is what we get back. If we go around and say, I am a creator God. I am the creator of my universe. I'm creating the world that I wish to see. We can, in fact, create that world we wish to see. But here's a key. What is that world you wish to see? What does it look like, Deb? And what does that feel like? What would it feel like if you were at a 10, if your energy and your vitality was at a 10? So I want you to let go of any people, places, or things that were in your field today or yesterday that actually were what you would have called a bummer, that lowered your vibratory frequency, that shifted your energy from feeling good about yourself to lower negative thoughts. And I want you to look at that. And wherever you see that, I want you to literally identify it. Okay, see what it looks like, see what it looks like, see what it looks like. Because what we're going to do, we're going to do it all together, is we're going to copy it, delete it. Oops, I deleted my ring. It fell right off. We're going to copy it and delete it. We're going to cut it out of the programming so it no longer exists. So let's look and see what's in there. Look and see what is in your programming that's driving you nuts. Maybe it's a self-programming that goes, I'm too fat. I hate myself. I'm not attractive. No one loves me. There's nothing I can do about it. And pretty funny, because I just pulled the card, my world would be more crystal clear and your beauty would be surrounding the globe. That's right. If you let go of your negative programming or your eyes that are clouded over with almost a blanket so you can't even see clearly, but if you could see clearly, you would see your brilliance. You would see how you can shine your light so bright. The first card that I pulled, incidentally, which I find quite interesting. It's always interesting when the cards are aligned here. Release the dark wound. Let love live. So the first thing to do is to release again that negative programming, release the negative energy, release the wound, release the fear, so that love can live, so that that joy can start to grow. That's card number 1. And of course, it goes along with what we're talking about tonight. Let's reframe that. When Laura says it's not easy, why don't we say that it is easy? Transforming is easy. When you know, you do know. When you have a sense of what it is, you absolutely know. But transformation, once we say yes to it, can be very easy. I release and I let go. I always go with the flow. It may be that it seems like I'm slow because I might be the last to know. But again, when we go with the flow, then you will know that all is going to be well because you're on that river, that stream, following that call of consciousness. All right, second card. Follow your own rhythm. The key then is not to follow my rhythm, but to follow your own. Be on the same page, yes, to be on the same page as those that you walk your path with, or to be on the same page as those whose beliefs you align with, but it doesn't mean that you do only what they tell you to do. Transmute it, transmute it, transmute it. Because only one thought can exist in your conscious field at a time. It's either positive or negative. It can't be both. You can't sit there in your thought thinking and have both of them going on. When you decide to go for the positive, just like being a computer, cut, alt, delete, cut, alt, delete. I delete this from my life. I cut this out. I cut out this person. I cut out this food. I cut out these thoughts that are limiting my belief system. Why do we want to do that? Because thoughts are real. When you look at science of mind, when you look at other kinds of metaphysical training, they will tell you that thoughts are real. They're like a card outside your head. Maybe this is self-esteem, maybe this is love, maybe this is kindness. But whatever your thoughts are, literally hang out in this energy field around you. By making sure that those thoughts are of the positive kind, you are already altering your present and your future. And so it is. Give it to God, let go, and let God. Sweet. Hello to Angie. Welcome. You're here. All of our friends are here. This is great. Share it with more of your friends. We're happy to see you all tonight in the miracle field. We are in the field of the miraculous, guys. We are in the field of knowing that we are here for a reason, knowing that thoughts do create our reality, and being aware that we want to create a new reality. We want to create a reality that has a positive frequency, a frequency of healing, a frequency of kindness, a frequency of love, a frequency of compassion, empathy, wisdom, a frequency of all is unfolding for the highest good of all concerned. When we have that frequency, then we're invincible. Not only are we invincible, but that which was in the negative field can't happen. It can't manifest because there's no field for it to play in. You've completely altered the field. Your thoughts, and then all of our thoughts together, will change that field of consciousness from a low frequency to a high vibe by mere virtue of the fact that we are all focused on it right now. The third card that I pulled, it says we do it softly, softly, the tender touch. We can't force it. We cannot go and just, take your hand and go boom, 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 do it my way or the highway. It doesn't work like that. We have to do it by showing people why they might want to change, why they want to feel that increased power within them and shift that energy, because it can be done. Look, Kathy's energy when she started, which was much lower, and now as we're working here tonight, and I don't even call it working, as we're upgrading our DNA strands and our coding and our and our programs that we run inside of ourselves, as we upgrade each and every one of them, and we reclaim pieces of our soul. That's what we do shamanically. We reclaim all those pieces of our soul that we have given away or let go of. I had a very unique experience this weekend. I had a haircut last week, and the hairdresser, great hairdresser, asked me if I wanted her to blow dry my hair. I knew better, because honestly, I just knew better, but for some reason I always think, oh, they want to do it, so I'll let them do it. She blew dried. Okay, you understand what I'm about to say. I'm tongue twisting over it. She dried my hair. It looked horrible. It looked horrible, probably not in your terms, but every time I looked at myself, I looked like the old Joan from the 1980s. It looked like the Joan with my old hair, which was black, by the way, with white, but it was an old hairdo. It was the hairdo I had when my kids were young and when I was a mother and a doctor, and very difficult times, and my hair looked so weird. Every time I looked at myself all weekend, I was put back in an old frequency until I put my head under the faucet and I actually ran water over my hair to change it. But the reason I'm telling you that is that it's not hard to trigger your old ways of doing things. I kept looking at myself and feeling the old Joan, who is not at all Joan of Angels. So while we're talking about that, why don't you scan back in your own energy field and feel into whether or not you have changed over this last year? Are you a new Angie? Are you a new Deb? Are you a new Doc? Do you feel different than you used to? As a walk-in soul, so I'm a walk-in angelic frequency being. I'm a 33 angelic walk-in frequency because I fractured 32 times in my childhood, and it took 32 callings of bringing back all those pieces of my soul. Bringing back these pieces of your soul, in other words, even the emotional triggers, even those pieces that other people can fragment off of you, we want you to bring them back now. And you can literally, even if you don't know what they are, you just say, I'm calling back all the pieces that I've given away to past lovers, to past friends, to my family, to my boss, to people I gave more power to. I'm going to pull back every place that I gave away who I am, that I said yes when I should have said no, that I told a little white lie instead of telling the truth, or that I covered over and tried to make it seem okay and good no matter what. Because every time we even tell a mistruth in the sense of wanting to keep the balance, we are still energetically unaligning or misaligning with who we are. And when we do that, then we're out of integrity with ourselves. take a peek and see how far you've grown and how far you're different. When I look back on that old Joan with the and my hair the whole weekend reminded me of that. I can barely relate to her, but what I can see is the pain of not living at my highest frequencies, the pain of giving away my power in those days, the pain of not being authentically me. By this process of cut, alt, delete, which is, yes, a computer process, but it's true in a way. We have these computer programs running within us. Very powerful thing to do. All right, I'm going to take a break for a second. I'm going to look at what you guys are talking about and how we're all feeling. Yes, I like this. We're planting the seeds so that we can then make our own decisions based on what we're seeing, and based on your energy, and based on understanding the triggers and moving forward over that. Now, the last few years, this is great, Angie, because the last few years we have been in what we call the corona cocoon, kind of like a caterpillar. We've been like butterflies in the middle of our transformation, and we've been in this cocoon. Corona means crown. We've been in a cocoon of building our new DNA codes, building our power, building our strength and our core values. Because the next few years is going to be very important for you to know where you're at, for you to step up, for you to be of service in the ways that you came here for. It's all happening now. Part of this new timeline, guys, is I want to kind of go back to hear what they want me to tell you. There's been a timeline for a long time. Let's say that there's been one timeline to take us to 2030, and it was a dark timeline. It was a timeline controlled by the dark energies, where maybe the outcome would have been more control, not less, lack of freedom instead of more freedom. Every time they would run these programs, though, they would find that the light workers, you guys, were waking up so fast that consciousness was awakening despite all those controls. I'm sharing this with you because of this awakening that's happening. This timeline for us is speeding up and becoming more positive and becoming more successful, more capable of succeeding. Where we're going was considered impossible a few years ago, but is considered very likely now because more and more people are waking up to the fact that they are here for a reason. The more we wake up, the faster this ascension timeline accelerates, the faster your own personal transformation accelerates. That's why we're doing the show. Miracle Monday is the awakening of humanity now. How do we heal collectively, not only ourselves, but the people of Earth? Well, we heal by remembering. We heal by collectively eliminating that which doesn't serve. And we heal by raising that frequency. Beautiful. And so it is, and so it shall be. Whew. Hello, sweetly morbid bear. We are very happy to see you. Very beautiful to have your presence here with us. Anyone else who hasn't commented yet, we're very happy to see you. Now, in releasing, then we have, well, they're guiding me to tell you of an actual releasing process that you can do in your own home. When I go around and I clear a house or I clear the energy, first I sage, So let's say we saged a room. We completely cleared it out. And if you're going through these changes, you want to sage your room. You want to clear out the old and make room for the new. You clear it out. Then I go the second time with a fishnet all around it. And then I go with the third time with a what do you call it? A spray bottle. And the spray bottle has water with lemon or with lavender, with orange or grapefruit essential oils. And I'll go around my room and I'll start to bless every part of the room. Thank you, flowers, for raising the frequency here. Thank you, flower pot, for being so pretty. Thank you, angel art, for raising the vibes. Thank you, star, the star statue, or thank you to the art for shifting the vibrational frequency. All of that is part of how we clear that vibrational frequency as you are releasing all those parts of you so you can reclaim who you are, and as the cards are saying, so that you can move out of stagnation. What is stagnation, guys? Stagnation is when we go round in circles instead of moving forward. One of the reasons I left the desert was that I felt like I was stagnating, going round and round and round in circles instead of moving forward. If you feel like you're going round and round and round, that's another reason to clear away those programmings. Yes, we're the same as removing a virus. And I like to say that as we remove the viruses from ourselves, we become a clear channel for sure. All right, changed what I was going to say. Better that I don't say it, because there is sometimes you just want to be careful of our words and how we frame things. Whew. How do we keep ourselves from being stagnant then? That's a good question. How do we make it new again every day? How do we wake up every day in the same place and feel excited about what we're doing? Feel that sense of anticipation, that sense of leaping over tall buildings in a single bound, that sense of we can do this. How do we motivate ourselves all the time to keep moving forward? Yes, we do that by taking our power back. We do that by calling back these pieces of our soul. So we build up our frequency and we build up our power. I'm creating a class that I just almost finished creating called Soul Mission Activations. And in this particular class, I was talking about the difference between power versus force, or powerful. Powerful is being filled with energy or high vibrational frequencies that allow you to be uniquely you. Powerful force, though, is when we try to make something happen. We try to impose our will on someone or something else. Force never works. It may look like it's working in the short term, but that which you do when you force something upon someone else, first of all, it's not being done in integrity, in grace and ease. It's actually a trauma on someone else. It's actually will accrue karma for you as well. Using force as opposed to power. What is power? Power is that thing I talk about when I tell you to stand tall, bring your shoulders back, bring your arms back, and begin to feel into breathing again. Feel into those wings of yours. Feel into being able to walk into a room and carry that sense of power. That's not a sense of force. You're not walking in the room going, I'm going to force all of you to believe like me. You are exerting a power, though, of light, a sense of energy around you. There's a sense of, wow, look at that person. I want to know them. They emanate truth and wisdom and integrity. My question to you is then, what do you want to emanate? What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for being an ego-driven maniac? Or do you want to be known for someone who reminds you of how powerful you are? Reminds you of how to be brilliant, to shine your brilliance. And when I say this, and I say it over and over again, is that every day we actually need to be reminded to shine our brilliance, to take the higher path, to resonate as a fifth dimensional frequency in a three-dimensional world, because the heavier vibes actually have a habit of bringing you down to earth. What do you think they call it? They say, oh, we brought him back down to earth. You know, we grounded him. Well, there's a certain amount of grounding that can make you feel powerless. We're not looking for powerless. We're looking for feeling that sense within you that you are powerful and that you can walk in your truth wherever you are, that you can be that light. The second thing that I've been talking about in this class, Soul Mission Activations, is how we intuitively are the light. One of our greatest missions here is to be that light, to be unrestrained, vibrant, passionate being that is truly 100% you. In other words, unleashing your vital force, unleashing that which makes you unique and different. Much of what we learn down here is how to be the same. The way the planet works, the controllers have it set up. The controllers want people to all be the same, look alike, dress alike, think alike. Most of schooling these days is all about memorizing facts and figures and not creative learning. It's as if school was designed to stamp out individuality and make you all the same. And that's coming from our general school system. My job is to help you wake up again, to remind you of your individuality within the collective. You're like a drop of water. You're a cell. You're a seed within this great, humongous ocean. Right. And feeling into that seed. Feeling into, then, as we're talking about the difference between power versus force, feeling into what it feels like with your shoulders back. And now imagine that meter, that vibrancy power on meter that we talk about, now imagine yourself turning that up from a 6 to an 8 and then to a 10. What does that feel like to be fully aligned, authentic, and ready to go, having pulled back all these pieces of your soul? I was told that by summer of 2022, I will have pulled back and fully integrated into my 33rd dimensional frequency self. I can say that it has been happening every day in every way. When I wake up and ask to be authentically aligned with who I am, I ask to cut out, delete anything that no longer serves. Guys, I teach you all the things that I've been teaching myself. I get to teach it once a week to anchor it in again. That's exactly what it is. I'm holding my new prophecy stone, which looks like two twins. Look, it looks like a mother-daughter or a mom with her kids, but it's a prophecy stone. What's a prophecy stone? A prophecy stone is one that you can hold that will help bring in new information and wisdom down from the stars, down from our guides. And I just said, well, what messages do we have? And you're being told to heed the call of your higher self. Heed the call to remember that you are more than this body that is walking around on the planet, that you did in fact come down here for a reason. You came down here to remember. You came down here to carry this light. You came down here to turn up your power and your frequency. You did it so that you can, in the end, be fully released from the confines of this planet, so that you can actually see that the emperor is naked. You can discern the truth. And once you discern what's true and not true, you will be able to stop returning over and over and over again in this wheel of reincarnation, which often has to do with you reliving all those things that we're trying to cut, alt, and delete out of your system today, so you don't have to keep repeating them. And so it is. Sweet, 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 my dear Facebook user. I love you too, and I miss you too. So be the light. Be the light is more than just a phrase. Be the light means that you have connected the heavens and the earth, and that you know that wherever you go, you are walking around in a protected pillar of light that not only protects you, not only sends healing into the earth, but then goes up high in the sky and connects as a radiant tower of light with everyone else's tower of light. And that also raises the vibrational frequency everywhere around. Everywhere. We want to do that. Why? Because when you are living in your truth, then you are helping everyone else live in their truth. This is right. No one has the right to impose anything on anyone. We are sovereign beings. We are reclaiming, and I say reclaiming because people have given away their frequencies, they've given away their values, or given away even their boundaries. Therefore, reclaiming our individuality in a world where they've been trying to make everyone the same is challenging. I come from the world where, my kids competed, and, there was a number 1, there was a number 2, and then there was a number 5 and a 6 and a 10 or 11. Everyone won, but not everyone became the number 1. But in learning what makes you uniquely you, it's important to know your skills. It's important to know where your gifts actually lie. Those are my newest classes that I'm teaching. Recently, the Soul Mission Activation, and also the Intuition Superpower classes. Those are the classes that I am teaching to help you remember just how powerful you are. This is called a prophecy stone. It looks like a labradorite, but it's called a prophecy stone, so it's actually a prophecy stone. In this world of prophecies, the more you're uniquely, individually you, the more you claim that which you believe, the more you hold true to that which makes you uniquely you, the more you hold your light, even if you don't know what it is you're to do, then the more you will find yourself walking on your true path. The more you'll find yourself feeling free to be you, feeling healed, feeling complete, and feeling back in your passion. When they say, how do you wake up every day and get enthusiastic? It's because I'm passionate about everything I do. I'm passionate because I want people to wake up. I want to raise people's vibrations. I see the changes that happen when I do my work. I see what happens. Therefore, I'm passionate about it. The Lyft driver today, it was quite fun. The Lyft driver and I were talking, and I told him that I'm a spiritual teacher, and he asked me what I thought about being an entrepreneur versus an employee. And boy, it was the best question to ask me, because I spoke to him for quite a long time about living your dream and your passion, and the difference between being an entrepreneur is that you're passionate about what you're doing. So when you wake up, every moment you're living and breathing this dream you have, as opposed to working for someone else where you're fulfilling their vision. The key is what is your vision? So being an entrepreneur is an opportunity to have something you're doing that could be of service and that allows you to leap over tall buildings in a single bound. Whew. Yes, and so it is. I've been an entrepreneur almost my entire life, but I think that's also because I'm unmanageable. I sad to say, but I'm unmanageable. I have my own way of doing things, and I always think my way is better than whoever thinks they're my boss. That's the truth about me. Creative, collaborative, very brilliant. Love to be allowed to think out of the box and come up with new ideas and new programs. Guys, start celebrating your special, unique gifts and talents, not competing with others, and allowing your authentic self to unfold. Any questions, guys? Do I see any questions? Let's see if I see any questions. Anything that I haven't answered yet tonight? Talked about planting seeds and letting them grow, 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 grow. Your head is tingling now. You're a 10. Everyone check into where you are. When I started the show tonight, and that's a funny question because I usually do a lot to turn up my vibes before I start the show, but I also know that being on the show shifts my vibes even higher because it's always reminding me of what I'm doing. And now my crown is literally tickling and on fire. I'm going to send some energy out to everyone now that I said it. The guides are showing me that there's a lot of energy around, not just my head, but everyone's head. A lot of thinking, a lot of things that aren't settling right for you. So right now, I don't know if you can feel it. I can. We're moving the energy around your crown. We're moving it like this. We're moving it around. Ooh, yes, we are. Moving it over here, moving it there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can feel this. Can anyone feel this out here? You might feel it if you actually put your right hand on your antenna and tune it up to the heavens now. So you can feel that energy here. I'm feeling it as very sluggish right now. So I'm going to take my pendulum and ask to let go of any heavy, sluggish energies around anyone out there. So we're going to remove any heavy energies, any sluggishness, any fatigue, any tiredness, any anxiety, any outdated emotions, anything, any lack of enthusiasm, any darkness, any anger, letting that go. See if that's changing the energy. Any fear that you won't be able to do it, we're going to let go of some of that too. Any fear of staying stuck, because I'm feeling this energy of staying stuck. Tina is feeling it all. Christian is feeling good. Kathy's head is tingling. Any other comments over here? Let's see. And I love all your comments, guys. And when you comment, it helps me. Yes, you can feel it outside your auric field. So we're going to release the density. That's what I can tell you right now. It's extremely dense. It's like being in a very thick fog. We are going to remove the density so that this antenna can actually go straight up. We're actually removing that density. Okay, let me feel it now. Oh yeah, much better, much better. Also, that's the energy of sinus issues, especially in the winter time. So any headaches that are here, let's actually remove them. All right, they showed me a good thing for your third eye. Cute little vision. They showed me windshield wipers over your third eye. I don't know, but maybe that's a good way to remove it. So I'm kind of pretending I'm a windshield wiper. Boom, boom, boom. Windshield wipers clearing that third eye of crap and gook so that you can begin to see clearly. Discernment is about seeing clearly. It's about understanding what you feel and where you relate to what you're seeing, not blindly accepting anything as true unless your higher guidance reveals to you that it is true. Also, not taking your information from the outside, but actually taking it from this inner world inside. You know, a lot of the UFO events that I've been on, it's very, very interesting that people not only see UFOs with their eyesight, but they see UFOs and ETs and star beings and angels with their inner sight. So often, this advanced world of consciousness is from our inner sight, is what connects us. So, this is not about what's coming to you from the outside in, it is about clearing your field from the inside out. Anyone have anything else we need to look at today? You sent heart energy to all. Good, good, good. Outside my auric field. Always drinks lots of water. Thank you guys for reminding me too. And I was on a plane today. Good. Oh, this is good, good, good. We love Emily. Guys, Emily, of all you people out here, Emily is the one I've known the longest. I've actually known her since the day I began my chiropractic practice many, many years ago. And we have remained in contact, and that is Emily. So I always love seeing Emily here as well. All right. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. I want to remind everyone that so tonight we're looking at that very simple process of alt cut delete, alt delete, you know, like with your computer, Command C copies, Command X deletes, Command V inserts new copy. If we see ourselves as that computer programming, then we remember to cut out what doesn't work. It's as simple as that. And then use meditation and then use grounding. Put your feet into the earth to really feel strong about who you are. Meanwhile, guys, thank you for sharing this out. I really love that you've been here with us tonight. Going to look for any other messages Spirit wants to send you tonight. The next card that I got was called connectivity. So being connected to one another, being connected in this field, being connected in the web, in the spider web, in the plant medicine web. We look at the spider web, the grandmothers, that the tribes are all connected, that we're all connected in this field, and we are. And technically, the planet will rise as high as the lowest frequency that there is. So we can all rise together because we are all excellent energy workers. But part of raising our own vibe and then helping to clear it so other people can raise is that the whole earth can only raise as high as that lowest frequency. So as we bring ourselves up, we also lift up the others around us, allowing them to also come into that space of remembering. Many of the people in the near-death experience community report that when they're on the other side, they see that there's a unity of consciousness. Everyone is one. One is everyone. There's this oneness of being. And so That is what is going on. We're one cell or one molecule of water in an ocean of water. With that being said, the one is an individual, unique cell, and the water is a complete being. Alone, we are just one, but together we are invincible. We're invincible as light. Imagine having one candle, and then imagine having 100 candles lit, 1,000 candles, 100,000, a million. When a million people wake up and spread that light, and then it triples into 3 million and quadruple million and into 500 million, and then maybe a billion flames of light. That is true power, guys. That power that comes from the light, that power that becomes so brilliant that it drives away the dark. My friends, let's all thrive in the light this week, knowing that the energies are heavy out in the world and knowing that change begins with ourselves. Let's all be the light this week. Let's all stay as bright as we can, turn our frequency up. Remember that we came here for these times. We came here, we knew that it was going to be difficult, and we said, bring it on. Heck yes, I am in. Bring it on. You came here for that reason. That reason is now. I'm here to help you step into it, live it, vibrate with it, and get through to the other side, healthy, wealthy, and happy, a vibrant, thriving humanity now, so that we're all each healed and whole, and we can do this. I believe that many of you have been with me for other lifetimes when we've done this before. We're not new to it. I'm grateful that you found me. I have a new website in the works, like in the hopper, at joanofangels.com, but sign up if you haven't now so you can stay in the loop as I let everyone know where you can find me, all the events that I'm speaking at, and most importantly, to let you know about 2 new programs. Number 1, I'm doing sessions now that I call wing fluffing. What in the heck is wing fluffing? Wing fluffing is when I teach you how to fluff your wings, how to stand in your truth. I'm going to put the link to that one here. It's not up on the website yet. It will be on the new website, though. Linktree. I think that's right. Yeah. Wing fluff. And the wing fluff is really where I really help you change your energy overnight. I mean, instantly. Teaching you how to turn on that power so you can bring your shoulders back and breathe. The link is over there. It's on my link tree, which is through my Instagram, or you can just go to that link and you will find how to have your wings fluffed so you can turn on that vibrational power, feel aligned, feel enthused, and open those portals so new energy comes in. Also, if you haven't checked out the website, go and sign up so you can be in the loop about what I'm doing and where we're going. And as always, we appreciate it if you like, subscribe, and share so we can grow the channel, even though they did ding it last week for me. But we want to grow this channel out because I love all of you. And Joan of Angels really should be spreading her wings across all the planet with each and every one of you. Feel free, please, to make comments at the bottom of this video because that's what helps the algorithms. Have a remarkable, blessed, and miraculous week. Remember, you are the change. You were born for these times. We are here together, and I'm here for each and every one of you. Love you, and have a blessed and beautiful week. We will see you all next week. Love from Miracle Monday, and from Tina Marie and myself.